Hi, I'm Karl from Earthquaker Devices. I'm here with Mark Mothersbaugh of DEVO.
And we're here to ask each other a couple questions.
Do a few questions here in anticipation of the opening of his retrospective, Myopia, which is opening this weekend at the MoCA Cleveland and the Akron Art Museum. So we're really excited about this project. We've got 2 custom pedals that Mark had did the art for, the Acapulco Gold and the Tentacle.
Yes.
We're pretty excited to work with you on all these projects for the exhibit. And I was kind of wondering, what was your process of kind of choosing these particular pedals and how you came about choosing out of our line of 40 pedals, why these 2?
Well, these specifically happened because of some circuit bent gear that's at my studio that we never were happy with the way it sounded. So we went through and we were looking for some rather like simplified, stripped down pieces that no nonsense that would help it sound like they were worthy of even being allowed to emit a tone. And it was these 2 boxes have done that for us. It was successful.
Well, because this exhibit, Myopia is traveling, what's the response been so far? This is like the first retrospective of kind of your work of both music and visual art stuff.
It's been as good as we could hope for. They've set attendance records and even closing records at all the museums that we've been at. So
been going pretty
we
good.
hadn't planned on that. It's been really a great thing to have happen.
Yeah, we're excited to be involved and excited to have you back here in Akron.
Well, this is like this was the missing element for the show. It needed some Earthquaker Devices. So I think we're going to New York City next, and then to Los Angeles. So we might have to take some pedals along with us in the show. Put them in the show.
That'll be great. So, can you tell us a little bit about Mutato Musica?
Yeah. Mutato Musica is a company. Although I started off in a band, quite a long time ago, somewhere in the mid 80s. Yeah. I started scoring music for film and TV, and to me that was kind of exciting because I was used to writing 12 songs, rehearsing them, going and recording them, making a record, doing album graphics, making a little film or a couple films, designing a stage show with Jerry and the other guys in the band. We all would go through all that, and then we'd tour, and a year later we'd come back and write 12 more songs. And then when we had a little sabbatical with the band, my friend Paul Rubin called us up and he said, "Would you score my TV show?" And it was Pee-wee's Playhouse. And so they gave me, on a Monday, they gave me a tape, and Tuesday I recorded 12 songs worth of music, and wrote it and recorded it on Wednesday and sent it back to them on Thursday. And on Friday they cut it into the show. And Saturday we watched it on TV, and then Monday they sent me another tape and they needed another album's worth of music, and I was like, I love this job. It was kind of exciting to be spending more time writing than touring.
Yeah, and with all that, obviously, you've got the new Earthquaker pedals, but what other kind of pedals have kind of been your favorite, or kind of effects in general?
In general, I always loved frequency analyzers, ring modulators, because I liked things that made it so no matter what you did, it never sounded pretty.
Yeah.
So I love the distortion part. You can make very boring instruments sound amazing with distortion devices. So
running violin and other kind of clean instruments through distortion really changes the characteristic, or vocals or anything.
Yep, everything.
Circumvent toys especially.
Anything that makes a sound, it potentially could be a lot better with a ring. With a fuzz tone.
Awesome. Is there any other kind of gear that you're using recently, or synth-wise or toy-wise?
I was just at Moog Fest, and I saw a couple interesting things there. I saw somebody doing stuff with using ink for, as electrically conductive ink. So they were making circuit boards, printing them, for building their little synthesizers. And so this woman had built a synth that was like a placemat, a McDonald's placemat. It was an experiment, so she's only made 20 of them, but you could play the placemat like a synthesizer, and it had drum beats in it and stuff, and that was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, Moogfest is always really cool. They always got some pretty innovative stuff going on. So
I think Moogfest is gonna be kind of like what South by Southwest is for everything we know about rock and roll and about music. I think Moogfest could end up being everything we're gonna find out about music. So I was a fan after this last week.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. That's all the questions that I have. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Well, play safe, people. Use an earthquaker. Earthquake, don't stagnate. If you ever have problems with lice, use an earthquaker device.
Nailed it.
Done.
Thanks.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Sweet.